Guys, we'll get started. Okay, thank you so much for everyone to be present in this hangout. Thanks, Abhishek. Thank you, Hasib. Thank you so much, Neil. Great. So we are here to talk a little bit about Ishant. Okay, Neil, आपकी राय में मतलब ईशांत कैसे बॉलर हैं? Why do you think you like Ishant?
I like Ishant because of his height. He got a very good height. Always bowlers to have a good height in for a fast bowler.
Correct.
Sorry to say, but उनका बस थोड़ा सा उनका लेंथ जो है वो शॉर्ट बहुत ही रख रहे हैं और मैं जो सोच रहा हूँ उसमें उनका जो हाइट का जो फायदा है वो पूरा वो नहीं उठा रहे, लेकिन मैं उनका बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ. ही गॉट अ वेरी गुड पेस.
हासिब, अगर आप मेरी आवाज पहुंच रही है आप तक, आप ईशांत का सबसे बड़ा फैन क्यों हैं आप?
वही उनकी बॉलिंग मेरे को अच्छी लगती है, उनकी लेंथ एकदम परफेक्ट होती है, लाइन भी परफेक्ट होती है, नेट का फायदा पूरी तरह से ले पाते हैं वो. और कभी लेके शॉर्ट गेंद करते हैं वो मार खाता लेके वो.
Okay. Let me get across to Abhishek. Abhishek, why are you one of the biggest fans of Ishant?
I'm biggest fan of his because I just like his bowling and the way he uses height and the way he bowls. Just simply, I love him.
Okay, I quite like the way you talk. Say you love him. Actually, Jasmine, thanks so much for coming in. Simply put, why are you the biggest fan of Ishant?
There are several reasons for being his fan. The way he bowls, we share the same hairstyle, we share the same date of birth, and the kind of height he has, that's a very big factor for a pacer to use. That's kind of plus point for him, where he can actually be a threat to all the kind of batsmen. Plus, he has done quite a few good records, like he has taken 5 wickets in IPL and the kind of debut match he did against Australia. So there are quite a few factors which forces you to follow him.
Umesh, a man with a few hats. Tell me, I mean, yeah, Jasmine brought about this point of him being a fine bowler, reminded us about Australia. But doesn't it seem like a bit of a distant dream for somebody like Ishant Sharma?
Yeah, the only thing I can say about Ishant Sharma that he's unpredictable.
I would turn around and say he's become increasingly predictable.
No, unpredictable with his bowling. Sometimes, some days he's like, I feel he's the best bowler we have, and suddenly we see him bowling another day, and he's like, why is he even playing in Indian team?
I would like to cut that point in between, and I would like to tell this man that he is playing since he was 14 years old, and he debuted in the international squad when he was 18, which is like a big thing for a youngster. Not many players who reach IPL, who reach the domestic games, they don't reach to the international squad that early. So he has that something big in him that which attracted the selectors, which made them trust him and took him to that platform.
Okay, on that point, it's a valid point. Obviously, at a young age, him doing all right. Abhishek, after such a promising debut, you think Ishant has lived up to the potential?
Yes, but he's having some rough times now. We have to support him during this. But he's a nice guy. He's also quick and nice bowling action, and he's a good bowler. But he's going through rough times, so we have to support him right now.
It's interesting actually. ये hangout is interesting primarily because मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हम ईशांत के बारे में मतलब सब चीजों के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, from date of birth to hairstyle to his bowling action. But somehow, Umesh, we haven't really spoken about the wickets that he has taken. Does he pick enough number of wickets for you to say that he's a quality bowler at the moment?
See, that's my exact point. He's a rhythm bowler. If he starts off well, if we see the final test against England, if he starts off well, he's doing very well. In that particular test match, he will continue to do well and he'll finish off well. The biggest problem with Ishant Sharma is that when he doesn't start off well, then he loses everything.
Okay, Hasib, Ishant Sharma एक rhythm bowler हैं बोल रहे हैं मतलब, but obviously every other bowler is a rhythm bowler. Rhythm के बिना कोई ऐसा bowler नहीं है कि जो आके डाल के wicket ले सके. So what is it that is lacking in Ishant Sharma आपके हिसाब से? आप बड़ा fan भी हैं ईशांत शर्मा का, कि क्या करना चाहिए ईशांत शर्मा को?
ये जो क्रिकेट का जो मेन है टेस्ट क्रिकेट में ईशांत शर्मा अच्छी बॉलिंग कर दे, लेकिन शॉर्ट फॉर्मेट है जो T20 और वनडे उस पे वो कम कर रहे हैं.
नहीं, अगर sorry, yeah, Jasmine, you want to come in?
I would like to intervene and say one thing, that a person who stands high in front of the crowd is the one who gets all these kind of comments when he doesn't perform. But the point is, he never fails. If you could go through the YouTube videos of his interviews and you could check out Cricket Info and his other interviews, you'll get to know that he is a very positive person and being brought up from a middle class family, he never loses hope. He always stands by whatever he does, and whenever he fails, he makes a more stronger comeback. So saying that he doesn't perform, I don't find it justified on that part.
Okay, purely on the basis of socio-political reasons, I think that's a classic point from a fan. But Abhishek, societal issues, political issues keeping aside, strictly speaking, on the field, matlab Jasmine has asked every one of us to check different websites. But no real website gives me enough indicator that he has been a top-notch performer consistently over the past couple of seasons.
Okay, I would like to say that he might not have performed
that. Yeah, go on.
He might not have performed at several occasions. I admit that fact, but you would be amazed to know that the kind of passion he has for the game, he follows Grath, and he wants to reach the point where Zaheer Khan has reached at this point. And plus, he had a slow graph when he had some ankle injury. I guess it was in 2011 March when he went for an ankle surgery and he couldn't play for the IPL. Apart from that, whenever he has given a chance, koi aise thodi aata, koi gully cricket thodi hai. He is playing on an international platform. Who would not like to win and not like to attract all that fame towards them? So it's justified on his part. Sometimes health issues may not allow them to play well.
Correct. Jasmine makes a point, Abhishek, that he's highly motivated, but have you come across too many international cricketers who are not motivated? Because everybody is motivated and everybody wants to perform, really.
Yeah, that is my point.
Exactly. Can we have Abhishek on that? Yeah, Abhishek?
Yeah, everyone is motivated. Everyone performs on his best on the field. There's no matter about it.
Okay. Umesh? I mean, very strictly technical point of view, there is one thing that we have often noted as far as Ishant is concerned, which is his follow-through. I mean, probably over the past couple of seasons, there is a tendency for him to fall over after he's delivered that particular delivery. Ideally, you would want to finish off your follow-through towards covers, but he seems to be on his follow-through. Are these areas that he could have sorted out or couldn't have sorted it out at all?
Okay. First of all, I'm of that opinion that bowler should never change his original action and original follow through and whatever.
Okay.
Because the natural swing that he's getting is because of whatever he's doing it on a regular basis.
Right.
Personally, just to clarify, I'm a very big fan of Ishant Sharma, and I can never forget that when he started his career in Australia, he was
Okay, Umesh, if I can quickly interrupt you on that, may I kindly request, I'm hearing a few kids yelling around, if I'm right, somewhere, if you can mute your respective microphones, barring Umesh, and when you want to come in and talk, you can always unmute it and go on. Umesh, go on, please.
Yeah, hi. When he started his career in Australia, in the Test match, he almost had, Ricky Ponting getting into all sort of trouble.
Correct.
He was the biggest find at that point of time. After a long time, we had a fast bowler who was making Australian batsmen jump around.
And he ended up very well with a great IPL contract as well in the following season. Yes.
Exactly. That's very true. My biggest concern with the Indian bowlers are they start off well. They have all the potential, talent and stuff. But sometimes there is something wrong with the system in which their consistency, their fitness is generally a problem. That is where, it is the biggest issue. Potentially, Ishant Sharma, I believe he's still India's most talented bowler at this point of time, who is young.
Okay.
There is no
Okay.
doubt
Can
about
I add? Can I add a point to that?
Yes.
Actually, he bowls at 135 kilometers per hour speed, and his one of the best fastest speed has been 152. I guess that would be somewhere in Australia, 17 Feb.
exactly.
I feel so. Being a physiotherapist, I can tell you what the problem a bowler can have when they bowl with such a high speed, and when a person has so good height like 6 feet, Ishant is having. At these points, they have pressures on their knees, on their back, on their ankles. So these are a potential anatomical things which they cannot come over. It is a part of anatomy which they cannot do anything about it apart from getting rehabbed in NCA.
Correct.
Because that's
Correct. I mean, Jasmine, obviously everybody will buy your point, being a qualified physiotherapist that you are. But the fact of the matter is, West Indies teams of the 70s and the 80s never had somebody who is even 6 feet. They had everybody.
There's a point to that. There's a point to that. You must have heard about the Xbox games, right? Australia, West Indies, and South Africa, they have a different system of training the individuals who bowl and who bat. They give them the first preconditioning session of 3D training. If you can go to their official website, or you can search in Google how they are conditioned.
The 70s, you're talking about Joel Garner, Malcolm Marshall, Andy Roberts. You're saying they had different stretches of training. Is that what you're trying to say in the 60s and the 70s?
No, I'm telling what the present scenario is about.
Okay, but I'm only bringing to your example. I'm bringing to your table about fast bowlers being taller and tallest, not having succumbed to a few injuries that we seem to see more often than not in Indian cricket. Neil, if I can come to you on that, ठीक है, injuries होता है definitely, but उसके बाद recovery और उसके बाद आकर के wicket लेना, Ishant, has he done enough for you?
It is the social pressure and the psychological pressure a sports athlete of any sport faces. Once they are injured, the peer group they find everyone rising, and they themselves are sitting over their rooms and doing all those stretching exercises and strengthening exercises. This somewhere creates a sensation in them to get forward early and get back to the field early. Because of that, they do not complete their rehabilitation processes. The injuries are healed halfway, and they come back to the field.
Yeah, whose issue is it, or whose responsibility is it really?
It's actually the people who select them, the people who select a player. They trust on a very thorough examination. They never go for the deep insight of the injuries again after the player is supposed to come back. Plus, the player himself is somewhere responsible, I would say, because unless they are fit, the injury is healed, and they'll come on the field without healing the injury properly. They will get re-injured very early.
So Neil, आपके हिसाब से क्या ईशान को ठीक तरह से मैनेज नहीं किया जा रहा है इंडियन क्रिकेट में? Neil, can you hear me? Can you unmute your microphone? Okay. Can you hear me, Neil? Okay. I'll go to Umesh in the meantime. Is Ishant not managed properly by the system?
See, the kind of support staff we have today, I have no doubt that he is not managed properly. And Ishant Sharma, knowing the kind of player he is, he would also be keen to, be fit for every series. But the issue is, that is where I think so. A lot of experts have been talking about the rotation policy. We should be knowing what is the kind of cricket and the amount of cricket that a cricketer can carry. Now, it depends on fitness level from every individual. So the amount of cricket has to be managed properly. The management is what I am sure about it. The support staff taking care of the fitness are doing the job, because they are quite highly paid and quite
correct. The reason why I'm asking all of you this is because Ishant Sharma around 4 or 5 years back he made his debut for Indian team. Abhishek, abhi tak, would you have expected him to be a kind of a spearhead of that Indian attack?
Yes, definitely. He should be more forward than what he is today. He's struggling with his form right now. You have to be more consistent with his bowling and wicket-taking ability. So you have to be more consistent to be in Indian team.
Okay. Guys, welcome Gautam Sachin, who is just about coming in. Gautam, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay. we are here, Gautam, talking about why everyone is a big fan of Ishant Sharma. Why are you a big fan of Ishant, simply? Gautam, can you hear me? Gautam, can you hear me? Okay, let me get across to Jasmine there. Jasmine, any moment of note, according to you, that you've loved watching Ishant Sharma on the field? Any particular moment that you've enjoyed the most?
When he took 5 wickets in IPL, and he was like the star of that moment, and everybody talked about him, everybody chatted, tweeted, Facebooked about him. So I guess that was a moment I was proud to be fan of him.
Okay, Umesh, your biggest moment?
My biggest moment when he argued with Kamran Akmal in the latest India Pakistan. Jokes apart, when India was touring England, in England he took 6 wickets in an innings, and he almost made every England batsman struggle in that particular match. It was, I believe, one of the best spells I can memorize in cricket, and it was unbelievable.
To be honest, I enjoyed that Kamran Akmal incident. I was like, yay,
and then he bowled well. The most important thing is after that he bowled well. That is where I believe that was a very good thing. He didn't lose his temper. He kept his cool and he bowled really well. That over, he really got India back into the game.
Right, Abhishek, your Ishant moment for you?
When India was touring Australia in 2008, when he struggled Ricky Ponting with his bounces and all his in-swingers, that was my favorite moment.
Okay, Gautam, if you are settled down well, I mean, we are obviously talking about Ishant. We understand that is why you are here as well. Why do you like Ishant Sharma as much as you do, really? Okay, I think we're struggling to get across to Gautam. Okay, Hasid, Ishant, आपका favorite spell या आपका favorite Ishant moment कौन सा है?
वही जब वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में मुकाबला हुआ था रिकी पॉन्टिंग और ईशांत शर्मा का 2008 में, वही मेरा फेवरेट मोमेंट है.
Right. अच्छा, going forward, आगे जा करके, मतलब what is the kind of future that you see for Ishant? Neil?
Yes. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Neil. What is the kind of future that you see for Ishant?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
No, मतलब आगे जा करके, obviously India needs good quality fast bowlers.
Yes.
थोड़े से bowlers injured भी हो चुके हैं, but so in that context, what is the future that you see for Ishant Sharma?
I think ईशांत शर्मा का फ्यूचर बहुत ही ब्राइट है, क्योंकि वो हमारे इंडियन टीम में जो बॉलर्स को जो पेस चाहिए वो पेस अब तक हमें अशोक दिंडा है, लेकिन उसके सिवा जो उमेश यादव है जो अभी इंजर्ड है. आई थिंक ईशांत शर्मा वो ऐसे बॉलर है जो इंडिया के लिए बहुत ही ब्राइट फ्यूचर है उनका, उनकी पेस की वजह से. आई थिंक उनको हमारे बीसीसीआई को अच्छी तरह से उनको मैनेज करना पड़ेगा, और वो जितना हमारे लिए ज्यादा खेलेंगे उतना हमारे लिए अच्छा रहेगा.
Okay, Umesh, going forward, the future of Ishant Sharma.
Ishant Sharma, I think so, has the most bright future among all the Indian fast bowlers for the very simple reason he's still young. With experience, he's going to get better with the temperament, get better with the control, and ability-wise, there is no question about it. What he can do, we all know. Just that he needs to do it a bit more consistently, and with time, I think so he'll get that consistency in his game, which will make him a very, very good bowler. The biggest advantage that he has is that he's still very, very young, and he has time to get more matured. He has time to get more consistent.
Okay, Gautam, if I can try getting to you one more time, can you hear me, Gautam? Gautam, can you hear me? Okay, I can't see. Okay, if you've been Ishant fans, there would have been something that you would cherish the most, which is related to Ishant, or you should have done something unbelievable to make me believe that you're an Ishant fan. I can see Jasmine smiling. Anything to that extent, Jasmine?
Every now and then I browse internet and see, is there some news about Ishant Sharma's girlfriend?
Hello.
And then I see the comparisons.
And then
I see the comparisons made about Ishant Sharma with the other bowlers. Like Javkal Srinath has the fastest has bowled the fastest, and then the second place is given to Ishant Sharma. And actually, I'm like fascinated by the way he is so down to earth and the way he replies to all the questions. I don't know if they are edited when they are printed or when they come in front of us, but the kind of positive energy I see him, that makes me go on. And like him, I also belong to a middle class family where we have to outperform and break the vicious circle of a middle class, and what he has done. So if a 2nd September 98 can do this, then this another 2nd September 98 it can do this. I put this thing in my mind and go on whenever I find the trouble in the way.
Neil, are you
Yeah.
superstitious? Are you superstitious when you watch Ishant bowl?
Yes, really. I think when he ball against Australia and some other countries, I think he's bowling really well in other countries. Like
नहीं, आप कुछ कुछ चीजें करते हैं जो जिनसे आपको लगता है कि आपके करने से ईशान शर्मा और अच्छा बॉलिंग डालेंगे।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, तो कौन होता?
जैसे कुछ लोगों का कहना है कि जब सचिन तेंदुलकर बैटिंग करने के लिए आते हैं तो वो उस जगह से हिलते ही नहीं है, क्योंकि उनको लगता है कि अगर वो मूव करते हैं तो सचिन तेंदुलकर आउट हो जाएंगे। ऐसे ऐसे आपका कोई सुपरस्टिशन है, आपका कुछ मानना है, ऐसे आप करते हैं?
जी, मुझे तो एक ही चीज ईशांत शर्मा के लिए लगती है कि वो बहुत ही अच्छा, उनकी हाइट बहुत ही अच्छी है और वो बहुत अच्छी पेस डाल रहे हैं, लेकिन उनका एक ही प्रॉब्लम है कि वो बस शॉर्ट गेंद कर रहे हैं और बाहर की तरफ डाल रहे हैं। मैं बहुत बड़ा प्लेयर तो हूँ नहीं या कोच भी नहीं हूँ, लेकिन जैसा हम देखते हैं वो अगर उनकी हाइट का पूरा फायदा उठा ले और अच्छी लैंड डाले तो आई थिंक उनको खेलना बहुत ही हार्ड है, क्योंकि वो जो बॉल को कट कराते हैं वो बहुत ही अच्छा होता है। जब आपने देखा होगा जब उन्होंने पॉन्टिंग को परेशान कर दिया था ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, क्योंकि वो जो उनकी लेंथ थी और लाइन थी वो बहुत ही अच्छी रखी थी उन्होंने। आई थिंक वो बहुत ही मिस हो रही है, उनकी पेस बहुत ही अच्छी है लेकिन वो लेंथ और लेंथ नहीं आ रही है। अगर वो लाइन लेंथ डालेंगे तो आई थिंक वो बहुत ही बेस्ट बॉलर बन सकते हैं।
Okay, that is more a cricketing answer. Abhishek, any
I do something when he bowls.
Yes, sorry?
I do quack like a duck when he bowls. I believe when I start doing this, he starts performing better.
Thankfully, you don't do it when he bats anyway. But yeah, okay. Abhishek, any superstitions?
Yes, when he ball, like when he takes wicket, if I'm lying, I keep lying so he can take more wickets. If I'm sitting, I keep sitting so he can take wickets.
क्या बात है, आज के फॉर्म में I don't know how much you keep lying down and how much you keep moving, but anyway, हसीब, आप मतलब superstitious हो आप मतलब?
हाँ बहुत, लेकिन जब ईशांत शर्मा बॉलिंग करने आते तब मैं बॉलिंग खेलते रहते हैं क्रिकेट, मैच देखते जब तक मैं क्रिकेट खेलते रहता तब उनकी बॉलिंग अच्छी होती रहती।
अच्छा, तो मतलब आपको उनको देखने का मौका ही नहीं मिलता जब वो खेलते हैं, क्योंकि आपको भी खेलना
टीवी के सामने खेलते रहते, हाँ सामने खेलते रहते, टीवी के सामने हम खेलते रहते।
ठीक है। उमेश, one final word to you.
I don't let my wife watch, the match when Ishant Sharma is
That's so cruel, I thought.
Yeah, whenever she watches Indian matches, so I do not let her watch.
Okay, Umesh, thank you so much. Neil, thank you. Jasmine, lovely, great to speak to you. Thank you, Hasib, and thank you, Abhishek as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you once again for speaking here. Cheers. Bye.